If you're a SoFi investor, the next few weeks could be some of the most important we've seen all year. The stock is down around 35% in 2026 and more than 45% below its 52-week high, despite the company delivering record-breaking earnings and some of the strongest growth in its history. So is Wall Street missing something? Or is the market seeing a risk that investors are overlooking? In this video, we'll break it all down: the long-term and the short-term technicals, look at SoFi's latest results, see what analysts are saying, and most importantly, discuss the next major catalysts. Before we get into it, if you appreciate these videos and would like to see more SoFi content, then don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming for 500 likes and comments, so please help the channel out, help me hit that goal. Now let's get straight into it. Looking at the very long term, we are still well within the long-term upward trend. This chart goes all the way back to December 2022, covering almost 4 years of price action. During that time, SoFi has repeatedly respected the same major support and resistance levels. One thing that stands out here is how reliable the lower trend line has been. Every major correction over the past 4 years has eventually found buyers near this rising support, and each time the stock has gone on to make higher highs. The latest pullback is following the same pattern, suggesting the long-term structure remains intact unless the trend line is decisively broken. Even with the recent decline that has brought the stock back into an area where buyers have consistently stepped in before, rather than making fresh lows, price is continuing to form higher lows over the long term. That's one of the defining characteristics of a healthy uptrend and shows that long-term demand is still increasing over time. Finally, it's worth remembering that trends rarely move in a straight line. Even within a strong bull run, corrections of up to 30 or 40% are common. Just look at Meta stock, for example. It dropped 75% from September 2021 until November 2022, before gaining over 750% from then until August 2025. Microsoft is another example. This hit a new all-time high back in October and then dropped 35% until June 2026, before gaining over 40% in the past 2 months. So what's most important is whether those corrections break the overall trend. SoFi had a huge breakout move last year, but struggled to find support on the way back down until hitting the lower end of its long-term channel. A successful hold here could once again provide the foundation for the next move upwards towards the upper boundary of this channel. And I believe that this breakout move is coming very soon. Looking at the 3-hour chart over the past few months shows that SoFi is trading within a narrowing wedge, with both the descending resistance and rising support line being tested multiple times. This suggests the stock is approaching the breakout move. For now, which way it will go is uncertain, but there is definitely some key catalysts that we should be aware of which make it a lot easier to predict which way it's going to go. These are very important, and I will look at these a little bit later in the video. The upper trend line here has acted as a strong resistance on several occasions, with every rally into this area being rejected and plummeting back down to the support level. But at the same time, the rising support line continues to attract buyers, producing a series of higher lows that keep the bullish structure intact. Looking at the latest investors presentation, this shows us just how well SoFi is actually doing. SoFi has grown from less than 1 million members in 2020 to a record 15.8 million members in the latest quarter. And the pace of their growth is increasing. They added 1.1 million members in each of the past 2 quarters. For context, that is more growth in Q1 and Q2 of 2026 than the entire of 2021 and 2022 combined. More growth in 2 quarters than in 2 years. While SoFi has also seen a huge increase in brand awareness and was voted #1 US bank in Forbes' list of world's best banks. Now, I've said for the longest time that SoFi's cross-selling strategy is incredibly important, and cross-buys have accelerated to 51% in Q2 2026, demonstrating the power of this productivity loop. SoFi is still delivering extremely strong Rule of 40 growth, with recent quarters being some of the best in the company's history. While their adjusted net revenue and adjusted EPS are seeing significant growth. They have 3x'd their revenue in the past 4 years, from 1.5 billion in 2022 up to 4.7 billion expected for 2026, and management are expecting as much as $7.8 billion in 2028. Again, this is incredible growth, adding $3 billion in revenue from 2022 to 2026, but now they are expecting to add $3 billion more by 2028. That's the same growth but in half the time. That was $3 billion added in 4 years, and now another $3 billion added in just 2 years. As for the EPS, they have managed to go from loss making into profit making, with their EPS increasing each year. Overall, this was a record-breaking second quarter for SoFi, with adjusted net revenue up 40% to $1.2 billion, adjusted net income jumping 65% to $160 million, and despite the strong performance, the stock remains down roughly 35% in 2026 and trades more than 45% below its 52-week high. But what do analysts think of SoFi? Looking at tip ranks, we can see that SoFi is rated by 15 Wall Street analysts. There is a consensus price target of $20, while the high target is $30 and a low target of just $15. There is 6 buy ratings, 6 hold ratings, and 3 sell ratings. Several analysts have updated their targets in the past 2 weeks, with 5 new ratings following their earnings report. These recent price targets are bullish, ranging from $19 up to $30. The one sell rating is KBW, but KBW were rating SoFi as a sell when it was $6 back in 2024, so I tend to ignore what their analyst has to say. Several analysts have been citing that the company's expanded product flywheel is working, while Piper Sandler analyst Patrick Moley stated that a key pillar of Piper Sandler's bull case relies on SoFi's strong grip on young credit-worthy borrowers. The firm's main customer base centers on high-earning workers in their late 20s to early 40s who carry high credit card and student loan balances. Moley explained that this group gives SoFi a favorable setup to win credit card and student loan financing deals. Now that SoFi is offering interest rates well below traditional credit card fees, the company is sitting on a large market to consolidate debt as rates shift. Which leads us on to one of the most important parts of the SoFi bull case right now, and why this is such a critical time. First, we have the Jackson Hole Economic Meeting on August 27th to 29th. Jackson Hole is where the Federal Reserve often signals major policy shifts. Now, a month ago or 2 months ago, markets were worried that rising oil prices from the Iran conflict and stubborn inflation could force another rate hike. Since then, weaker jobs data, softer inflation, and slowing retail sales have significantly reduced those fears. Investors will be watching Kevin Warsh's comments for any hint that the Fed is preparing to pivot towards easing in 2027 or even sooner, maybe even this year. So that's something that we need to keep an eye on next week. And then after that, we have the Fed meeting on September 15th. This is arguably the most important catalyst for SoFi this year. While the Fed is expected to hold rates at the current level, markets have sharply reduced expectations of another hike following weaker economic data. Attention has now shifted to whether rates will rise to when the first rate cut could come, with many economists expecting a cut by late 2026 or January 2027 if inflation continues to cool. And this will be huge for SoFi. SoFi stock has been dropping in 2026 while inflation has been high. Investors feared that higher oil prices and overall inflation would force the Fed to keep rates higher or even hike them. For SoFi, lower rates would be a major tailwind, boosting demand for student loan refinancing, personal loans, and credit card consolidation, while lower rates in general would improve investors' sentiment towards growth stocks. And yesterday we had some good news from SoFi too. At the current level, they plan to buy back the remaining senior convertible notes which mature in October of this year. The conversion price of these is 22.41. So as long as the stock remains below that level, these will be settled in cash. If the stock was to go back above 22.41, then the excess would probably be settled in shares, meaning more dilution. But this way means no more dilution, so that's a good thing. And this could be seen as a hint that it's possible that SoFi management feel that the stock price will be above 22.41 by the time these mature in October. Remember that SoFi's projections for this year, they had made provisions for rate hikes. As things currently stand, it looks more like we're going to have a rate cut either before the end of this year or early next year. So it seems to me that management do think that the stock price could be above 22.41. That seems to be the most logical reasoning for doing this right now. Another thing that is due to happen between now and October is the next S&P 500 quarterly rebalance, which happens on Friday, September 18th. SoFi has been passed over for inclusion a few times now, but at the current valuation, they are eligible for inclusion. They are only just above the threshold right now though. But should the stock move up a couple of dollars, then it's hard to make an argument against S&P 500 inclusion this year. SoFi is at a really interesting point right now. The fundamentals remain strong, but the next few weeks could be crucial as the market reacts to the Fed and broader economic data. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you buying, holding, or staying on the sidelines? As always, I'm not a financial advisor, but if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next